All right, so we're going to go over the ice rescue complement. In each apparatus, you'll find your ice rescue bag. What we're going to go over in this video is focusing on the actual ice rescue rope and rigging. You'll find your rope bag within your kit. Inside the rope bag, you obviously have your ice rescue rope. It's approximately 150 feet in length. You'll notice that it is pre-rigged, ready to go. A few of the pieces, there's a carabiner at the end tied to a figure 8 on a bight. This will attach to your rescuer. A length of rope leading to a directional knot, which is an inline 8. And the inline 8 is hard tied to your ice rescue sling. At the end of your ice rescue sling, you'll find your ice rescue carabiner. There it is, an appropriate way that all of this is tied together. Like I mentioned, your ice rescue sling is hard tied and pre-rigged into the rope. After that, there's an appropriate length between your inline 8 and your figure 8 on a bight. This does need to be approximately 6 feet in length or 1 arm span. That ensures that you as the rescuer are not too close to your victim or too far away. Now in the case that all of this does need to be disassembled, whether it needs to be cleaned or you find it tied incorrectly, I'm going to go over that now so that everybody understands how to re-rig your ice rescue system. Okay, we're going to go over reassembling your ice rescue rigging system in the event that you had to clean it or you found it tied incorrectly. Make sure you have all your parts, obviously your rope, your ice rescue sling and carabiner, and a single carabiner that you'll finish the system with. So like I spoke about in the last video, find that length. Remember to take account for the 2 knots you need to tie. Figure 8 on the bight at the end here, and down the length of the rope is an inline 8. So to determine that length, it's about 10 feet. Easy enough to do with 1 arm span, and then just under another arm span should be approximately 10 feet. At that bend that you came up with, hold that, tie a figure 8 knot. There's your figure 8 knot. Next, get your ice rescue sling. And at the end of your ice rescue sling, you have the D-ring. This is where you'll pass the end of the rope through the D-ring. Bring all the rope through, down to that figure 8 knot. This is where you'll start determining the size of the loop of the inline 8. Should be approximately the width of your palm. When you tie an inline 8 around a closed object such as the D-ring, this is how you do it. You'll, in a sense, tie a figure 8 follow through that you just don't finish. So I'm going to trace the knot like I would a figure 8 follow through. The end of the rope, and I start tracing it through the knot. This is again where you can find that appropriate size of the loop and continue to trace the knot. So I'll go around and pass it up through. And there is my finished inline 8. You can see the figure 8 of the knot. The inline 8 is pulling in the appropriate direction of the sling, and you know you've tied it correctly when you have 3 strands of rope leaving the same bend of the knot. 1, 2, 3 out of this same bend. From there, tighten all strands, and you're finished with your inline 8 hard tied to the ice rescue sling. The last knot you need to tie is a figure 8 on a bight at the end of your rope. Do your best to ensure that the knot is dressed, and dressed means the knot is clean and there are no points within the knot where lines cross over each other. Everything lays appropriately and smooth. The loop itself just needs to be big enough for a carabiner to attach, and the tail does not need to be any more length than that, and you do not need stopper knots. At that point, you are finished. You've retied the system. You can check your lengths between knots. You're not too far, you're not too close. And your ice rescue rigging is back in service.